Okay, this one is going to be about 7.6G. It's again using bar graphs, dot plots, and circle graphs to represent information. So we're going to jump right in. It's 7.6G, so I'm going to start with this one. Number 3, the middle school held parent meetings throughout the year. The graph shows parent attendance on different days of the week. So if you look on Monday, they attended 120 parents came. On Tuesday, that is in between 140 and 160, so that's 150 parents. On Wednesday, 100 parents attended. On Thursday, that's at 140. And on Friday, that's at 90. I always do that because it's really easy, and then I can just use those numbers as I need later. Okay, it says how many more, big clue words, how many more parents attended meetings on Tuesday and Thursday? So when it says Tuesday and Thursday, what that means is we need to add Tuesday and Thursday's parents together. Well, Tuesday's parents are 150. Thursday's parents are 140. So Tuesday and Thursday parents, we had 290 parents come. This is for Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, now it said how many more attended Tuesday, Thursday than Monday and Wednesday. So Friday's info is garbage. We don't need it. So 120 parents attended Monday, 100 attended Wednesday. When we add those together, we get 220. Now we should know that how many more, we've been lectured on how many more, means to take your numbers and subtract. So how many more attended on Tuesday, Thursday than on Monday, Wednesday? 70 more parents. Okay, here's another one. This one's using a dot plot. It says Reuben spun a spinner numbered 1 through 6 multiple times. He summarized the results in a dot plot. So the first thing you might want to do is figure out how many times he spun that spinner. Since it doesn't tell us up there, to figure out how many times he spun the spinner, we just count our dots. So how many times did he land on the number 1? Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he landed on 1 9 times. How many times did he land on the number 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times he landed on the number 2. How many times did he land on the number 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times he landed on 3. The number 4 is just one more, and it's even with 2, so he landed 7 times there. Okay, 5 is just one more than what it was for 7, so he landed on 8. He landed on 5 8 times, and 6 is equal to it, so he landed on that. He landed on 6 8 times. So the easiest thing to do to find out his total number of spins is to add all these together. Okay, so I know that 8 plus 8 gets me 16. 7 and 7 gets me 14. So then I'm going to add the 6 and the 9, and 6 plus 9 is 15. So I'm going to add all these together. So that's 10, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just found he spun the spinner 45 total different times. Okay? Then it says what percent of the spins landed on number 1 or 3? Okay, so here's how you do that one. How many times did it land on 1? 9 times. How many times did it land on 3? 6 times. How many times is that? That is 15 times out of how many total spins did he do? We already found that. 45 total spins. Now, how do you find a percent if I give you the fraction? We've done it a lot, so hopefully you know you do 15 divided by 45. Top number always goes in the box, even if it's smaller. Okay? So 45 goes into 15 no times. So we're going to add our decimals in a 0. 45 goes into 150, I don't know. Let's try 4. Let's see. So that's 20. That's 16, 17, 18. So definitely not 4, but I bet it's probably 3. So 45 times 3. So that's 15. That's 12 13. So yeah, it can go in 3 times. That gives me 135. That leaves me with 15. Drop a 0. Oh, look, what's going to happen? Is this just going to keep giving me the same thing over and over again? We call this a repeating decimal, but you know the percent for this. Remember, because we did it on Skill Builder so much. And if you don't, you take your decimal and you move it 2 times to the right. So what percent? It's going to be 33.3 repeating percent is the percent that he will land on 1 or 3. Okay, this one gives it to you in a circle graph. Okay, it says 67th graders, that might be important, 67th graders registered to play sports. The circle graph displays the percent playing basketball, volleyball, or football. How many more students registered to play basketball versus football? So what you have to do is, these aren't the number of students, these are the percent of the students. So what you have to do is you have to find what is, or how many kids is 45% of 60. And then for football, you have to find what is, or how many is 31% of 60. Okay, so remember we said change this to a decimal. 0.45 of means multiply, and 60. And so then you change this to a decimal, so 0.31 multiply by 60. So volleyball is just extra information, okay? So I'm going to do 60 times 0.45 over here. 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 6 is 30. Scratch, 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 6 is 24. Add your stuff together. 2 behind the decimal, so 1, 2. So you just found that this is 27 students. Okay, I'm going to abbreviate. That's 27 students. All right, now let's find for football. 60 times 0.31. So you get 0, then 6. Then you get 0 and 18. And they have 2 behind. So we can't have part of a student. So we're going to have to bump this up to where it's not just part of a student. So we're going to have to say that it is about 19 students for football, okay? So then if it says, so we're going to do 27, because how many more means to subtract. We are going to do 27 minus the 19 to find that 8 more registered for basketball than for football. Okay, take a second and see if you can answer number 17. So pause the video, try to work it, and see if you can get the answer I get. Okay, 17 says the Smith family had a garage sale and recorded their sales in the dot plot. So they sold 6 items for $10. 5 items at $20, 1 item at $30, 3 items for $50, 2 items for $60, 1 item for $80, 1 item for $90, and 2 items for $100. It says, what's the total amount of money the Smith family made at the garage sale? All right, so I should have written those numbers. That would have made it easier. So 6 items at $10 means 6 times 10. So they made $60 there. Here is 5 items at $20. So they made $100 there. They only sold 1 item at $30. They sold 3 items at $50 each, so they made $150 there. They sold 2 items at $60, so that's $120. So then they have an $80, $190, 2 items at $100 each, that's $200. So to find their total money made, we add everything together. So I'm going to start with the 100, okay? And then I'm going to do the 60, and I'm going to put checks so that I know I did it. 30. I'm going to do 150 now, and I'm going to put that back up here at the top. Just makes it easier. 120, 80 and 90, and then my 200. So I have checks by everything so that I know I'm adding everything. Okay, so all these zeros added together is 0. Okay, so then 0 plus 2 is 2, 2 plus 5 is 7, 7 plus 0 is 0, 7 plus 6 is 13, 13 plus 3 is 16, 16 plus 8 is 24, and 24 plus 9 is 33, so carry your 3. 3 plus 2 is 5, then 6, 7, 8. They made $830 at their garage sale. Now here's how you would graph it. They made $830. To represent the change for $830, you do 0.00. So you would put 830, and then your decimals there. And they made a positive amount of money, so you would need to put the plus sign and then make sure you properly fill in every bubble. Okay, try this one, number 6. 340 7th graders were surveyed. They were asked what they most prefer to do on a Friday night. How many more students prefer going to the movies than playing games? So take a second, pause the video, and try to get your answer. Okay, welcome back. 340 were surveyed. So how many more, that's important because at some point I'll be subtracting, prefer movies over playing games? So I don't care about reading. I don't care about sports. I care about how many people this is. This is asking me to find 35% of my total amount of people, 7th graders. And this is asking me to find 24% of my 340 people. Remember, change your percent to a decimal. So we're going to do 340 times 0.35 because we changed my percent to a decimal to find out the number of students that want movies. Okay, so 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17. Okay, put your egg. That's 0, 12, 9, 10. Add everything together. 2 behind the decimal. So 119 kids, I'm going to write it over here so it's easier. 119 kids like movies. Okay, let's see how many kids choose games. So now it's 340 times 0.24. Changed my percent to a decimal. Okay, 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 4 is 16. That's 12, 13. 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. Add it all together. 0, 6, 11, 8. There's 2 behind the decimal. So 81.6 students. And remember, we can't have that many students. You can't have 1/6 of a student. They'd be dead. Okay, so we need to make this one become 82. Okay, so games is 82. Don't forget, look, 119 is a choice and 82 is a choice because they think you'll do just that part and just fix it. But neither one of those are the correct answer because it says how many more, which means I need to take these and do some subtracting. 9 minus 2 is 7. 11 minus 8 is 3. 37 more students chose movies than they chose games.